Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. How are you beauty babes? I hope you are all doing really good, and I hope that you're having a good day. And if you're having a really bad day, I want you to just sit down for 10 minutes, just relax and listen to me waffle on about all sorts of things that have happened to me in the past. So you're probably wondering, what on earth is she on about? Confessions of a makeup junkie. It is exactly that. I am just going to put my makeup on. I'm not going to do a tutorial or a get ready with me. Well, it is a get ready with me, but it's just I'm getting myself ready and you're with me, you're my company, like on a Saturday night before you go out and you're getting the girls together to go out. Yeah, just sit down and escape reality for a little while. So, yeah. So what is the idea of this video? Well, I thought, I don't know if I've seen it anywhere else. I don't think I have seen it anywhere else. You know, I remember years and years ago, I don't know if you do or not, but I remember years and years ago, there was a selection of films that came out that were confessions of. You had confessions of a window cleaner, confessions of a plumber, and as you can imagine, they were a little bit risque. I mean, obviously I weren't allowed to watch them when I was younger because they weren't the sort of things you let your kids watch. In all honesty, they just weren't. So I never got to see them until I was way older. But some of you might remember it, but it was like very, very tongue-in-cheek and very, very naughty. And it was basically stories like of what the window cleaner was getting up to really during the day. And it was quite a fruity thing. So I thought, well, I'm going to do confessions of a makeup junkie while I'm getting my makeup on. Not doing a tutorial. I'm not telling you the stuff that I'm using, unless of course I'm using a product I want to show you. But it is just like story time, just so that you can get to know a bit more about my character and some of the things that have happened to me in my life. So if you fancy that, go and stick the kettle on, make yourself a cup of tea, grab a bag of popcorn or some biscuits, sit down, relax, and just escape reality for a little while. And yeah, see what a fool I really am. So, okay, as we're starting, I can't actually find my highlighter brush, which, you know, when you try to put your highlighter on, it's not the best thing in the world, is it? Aha, I've just seen it, so I'm going to just dive down here. And she is back. She is back. Found my Kat Von D one. I've got a new highlighter I want to show you. But before I do that, I'm just going to put my blush on. So yeah, I thought I would share some stories of things that I've done in the past so that you can get to know me a little bit better. So I thought I would talk about way back when I first started being really, really interested in beauty, and I used to work for a company called Ohmyglitteromg. I say I used to work for Ohmyglitteromg. I was actually a concession manager, and the concession was in Ohmyglitteromg. Now, for any of you that don't know what Ohmyglitteromg was or is, etc., etc., it was a department store. It was a very, very upmarket department store. It was a cross between John Lewis and House of Fraser. It was posh, but it wasn't quite John Lewis, if you get my drift. But I mean, House of Fraser, I've never looked at House of Fraser as being particularly posh, but this was very, very posh. And yeah, I know what you're thinking. Janice working in a posh environment would never happen. It did. It did. I was a concession manager, and I started off being in charge of a little concession that was called Buckingham Jewellery. Some of you might have remembered them. They used to do loads of costume jewellery. They used to do loads of hair accessories. Anything to do with that, you name it, they done it. And one of the things that I used to do was wigs and hair pieces. So I trained in fitting wigs and hair pieces for people, you know. And like, it's really funny because when people say, oh, what have you done in your life, and you say, well, I used to be a qualified wig fitter. Come back to that in a minute. I just want to show you this. This has come through the post today. This is Khmadu. I don't know how you pronounce it, Kamadu Cosmetics, which is a Chinese brand. And it's a highlighter that's come through. This cost me like £2. I'm getting some real Ofra vibes off of this. Real Ofra vibes. And I do remember this being in one of the big palettes that Revolution done a couple of years back. So I thought I would show you this. I'm going to try this today and see how I get on. But what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go and grab Sophia from school, and I'm going to come back and I will show you, because in that way, if it does look like a dog's dinner, at least I would have got Sophia and it wouldn't look so ridiculous. So I will be right back. Okay, literally 4 hours later, and I'm not joking, 4 hours later. So I'm going to put my makeup on at night, which is bizarre. We're actually now at 7 o'clock in the evening, so yeah. Good thing is though, look, my foundation and blusher and everything stayed on absolutely perfectly and beautiful. So I'm going to try this for the first time. Just need a decent mirror. So, okay, she looks rather gorgeous, doesn't she? I think she looks beautiful. So I'm going to take these light colours down here on the brush. I'm using fan brush from Revolution because I do actually like this. This is Revolution Pro. So, drum roll please. Yeah, that's, she's there. She's there. Let's try a bit more to the other side. Oh, look at her. Oh, oh. What do you guys think? I'm going to do on my hands, just to see how. Can't really tell, can you, on your hands? Looks like I'm doing it. Oh yeah, I can see across here. It's very pretty. I like that. It's not as subtle as what I thought it was going to be, actually. So let's see if we can go, because I'm not going out, so let's see if we can go for real blinding. Yeah, that's quite a dewy look, isn't it? Right, I'm going to go one step further. Cha-ching! Wow, I am impressed with this little thing. Wow, this is amazing. £2, guys. I'll do some swatches for you in a minute. Right, the only thing I will say is it does show up my fine lines here, but on this side, it never does on this side. But whoa, she's popping. She's popping, isn't she? She's absolutely beautiful. I'll tell you what, that's a really good £2 spent on that. Really good £2 spent. So I'm not going to do swatches or anything of that tonight, because it was just a show, just to do that. So I'm going to do my eyes now. So yeah, so confessions of a makeup addict, junkie. What do you guys think sounds better? You'll have to let me know. You have to let me know. Right, okay. Now, I'm going to use this. This is going to be the second time I've used this, because I used it on my video to introduce it, obviously. So I'm going to use it and see how we get on, but I'm just going to be talking to him. I am going to be using the base to see how that goes on my eyes, to see if that makes a difference at all. Oh no, do you know what that feels like? I'm going to be completely and utterly honest. That actually feels like the core elements that you get in the pot. In fact, I wouldn't be at all surprised if that is what that is. Because it's very, very sticky and dries extremely quick. Extremely quick. Okay, so anyway, as I was saying earlier on, I used to work and I worked for this company called Buckingham Jewellery, and they done all hair accessories and jewellery and wigs, and I was a trained wig fitter. So yeah, when you're drunk and you're telling people, yeah, I used to be a trained wig fitter, we obviously had a clientele of ladies. You had the ladies that were the high fashion ladies. They used to come in for the share wigs and whatever, because they used to go out clubbing. You'd have the little old dears that basically just losing their hair, which I just think is really, really sad, because I don't want to get to that stage where I'm losing my hair. And you had the people coming in that obviously had alopecia, and people came in that, oh gosh, do you know what? That's absolutely terrible. That I'm going in over the top with calm, and I've used the base and then set it, and that very, very patchy, look, very patchy. So back to what we're saying. Yeah, so you had your transvestites and everything, and I had a regular guy who used to come and see me once a month, and you know, we were on first name terms, and like, he bought rather a lot of wigs from me, and I used to have to help trim once he got it set, and then what I would do is set him up with jewellery. He would explain what outfit he was trying to wear with it, so I'd set that up, and then we'd set up doing his makeup as well, and we'd sell makeup to him. And very often he used to come out of the store and he would have sold, I mean, now bearing in mind this is like 22, 23 years ago, long time, and bearing in mind how long ago that was, he would have easily have spent like £300-400 with me, because the wigs would have been like £100 to start off with. So what with all the makeup that he came out with as well. So he'd been to see me rather a lot, and like, he'd been coming in for about a year, I suppose. And I tell you what, he was such a handsome guy. He really was, because all the girls, when he used to come in, like the new girls, they'd be like, whoa, he's nice. And I'd just be like, yeah. He might not be interested in you though, because he dresses as a woman, so 10 to 1 he's probably gay. We were sitting one day in the room where I used to fit their wigs, because we used to have a little tiny room where I could sit the client down in front of a mirror, try the wig on them, then do different styles, so that they could see, obviously, like being a hairdresser. You know, it was all proper. Used to like fit them all up and everything. And we were in there one day, and like he was just chatting, and he said to me, he said, that's now gone everywhere, look. He said, you don't seem to mind at all about, you know, a man dressing up as a woman. I'm thinking, well, no, because I'm earning commission out of it. Why would I be offended by you coming and spending money and me earn commission? And I was like, yeah, no, it don't bother me, it's absolutely fine. And then he said to me, would you like to go out for a drink with me one night? And I was like, and because I had like a member of staff working for me as well, and she could hear every word that was being said, because although it was this little room, it was made up of the fixtures. So where you go in, and you've got like your jewellery all on these like stands, that it was the changing rooms, or the fitting room, was made up of the back of 2 of those, and then they just added another piece on and then put a curtain on, so you could hear everything. It wasn't private. And my girl Mel was listening in, and I could hear her absolutely wetting herself. And you know when you're stumped and you're like, I don't know what to say. First thing that came into my head was, that's really, really lovely of you, but I don't think my fiance would like that. Fucking fiance. I hadn't even got a boyfriend at this point. Seriously, I was like, whoa. I was like, I just need to go and change, like, I'm going to go and change the jewellery that I've got, because I don't like the jewellery that I've got with your hair. And he was like, okay. I came outside. There was 3 of them, like from the, and 3 of them were standing there listening at the doors, because Mel had heard what was going on, and they were absolutely wetting themselves. And I'm like, what the hell do I do? You know? And they were like, you should go for it. You should go for it, because, you know, at least you can share clothes and everything. And that was really sad, because like we had a good conversation. I just sort of said, well, you know, because the first thing he said was, with your fiance, where's your ring? And I said, well, I'm not allowed to wear it for work. I said, because for obvious reasons. And he's like, well, I've noticed the other girls wearing jewellery. And I'm like, yeah, my fiance won't let me wear it for work because he doesn't want me losing it. He's like, oh right, so what is your fiance's name? And I said Mark, because it was the first name that came to my head. The first person that I was actually engaged to was called Mark, and then I married a Mark as well. So yeah. Yeah, so we were just chatting, and like he did seem quite, like, after that he was a bit, he bought his stuff, and I never saw him again. He never came back to me, which was quite sad. And as I look back now, I think, why didn't you just say yes? Because he was so gorgeous, and you know, but it was just the whole thing of like, there's a guy dressing up in women's clothes, and I like, well, would he come out with me if we went out? Would we go out with him as a woman or as a man? So yeah, that's one of my little funny stories, is the fact that this guy so I don't want to laugh, because I just think, you know, he was so lovely. And obviously I'm glad that I didn't take him up on the offer, because who knows, you know, I always think things happen for a reason, and you know, I wouldn't be in the situation I'm in now. I'd probably have a completely different life, because it's like butterfly effect, isn't it? Yeah, so have you got any funny stories like that? Have you, you know? But it did completely change the way I thought about people that were dressing up as a woman, because why would you assume straight away that they are gay? But it goes to show that that's complete misconception. And obviously these days we know it's different, but back then it was very like, shh, only do it in the home, in the bedroom, when the wife's out. So yeah, that was quite a funny story. And then the other story I've got to tell you is, I went out with this guy, and because I don't want to have anybody name him, I'm going to call him, what should I call him? Alfonso. No, I can't call him that, can I? I'm going to call him Frank. That's a really nice exotic name. He was actually Portuguese. And I went out with him. I was actually going out with him. And yeah, he used to, I mean, back in the day, he used to stay over and he used to leave like little notes, like "Ti amo" on my pillow and stuff like that, which is "I love you." But he ended up getting really, really depressed, and I couldn't work out why. I thought, you know, is it me? Is it something I'm doing wrong? And we were talking one day, and I was like, do you know, what's the matter? I said, because you're so quiet compared to how you used to be. Is it, am I doing something wrong? And, you know, and he was like, no, it's not you. Oh yeah, here we go. It's not me, it's not you, it's me. It's not you, it's me. So I was like, oh yeah, here we go again. And he said to me, you know, he said, I do really love you. And I'm like, right, this sounds like a sad story. And then he said to me, he said, but I need to tell you something. Oh gosh, what on earth? What on earth could this be? I thought, oh, he's going to tell me he's gay. Or he's going to tell me that he's found someone else. But if he'd have found someone else, he wouldn't be saying, I love you. And then he took my hand and he said, I don't want this to come between us. I was like, right, okay, so I'm sitting there and I'm like, what? Tell me, you can tell me anything. You know. He said, I'm having medication at the moment because I'm actually transgendering into a woman. And I'm not laughing about the fact that he was doing that. I'm laughing about the fact that it was going on, and I didn't even frickin' realise. You know, alright, I know, like, sort of like in that department hadn't been going on. Doesn't really bother me. I mean, to be honest, I think I'm probably like most women at my age that would prefer a cup of cocoa and sit down and watch a nice movie. Obviously back then, I was a lot younger, but it still didn't really bother me. I was just, you know, when you look for every excuse under the sun not to, which is what he was doing. And then I find that out, and that was quite a shock. That was quite a shock, and I sort of said, well, I think that is going to affect our relationship. I said, because, you know, you're turning into a woman. How is that going to affect? How is that going to affect our? Not going to affect our relationship? And he was like, yeah, well, I can, you know, I can still. His words to me were, I can still go down. I'm like, whoa, hang on. You want to be dressed as a woman, and you want to do that? No. That doesn't do anything for me whatsoever. I'm sorry, but I can't say that I'm completely straight because I haven't had... I have kissed a woman, but it was on Spin the Bottle, and I also kissed my friend in front of Steve because basically I wanted to get a reaction out of him, and that worked. Why is it men like that? I don't know. So no, I'm not bisexual or bi-curious or anything like that, but I have kissed a woman. But doing that with a transgender male who's turning into a woman, not my cup of tea. But that's not the worst bit. I said to him that, you know, I really don't think we can carry on with this relationship. You're turning into a woman, I'm a woman, and I'm straight. Well, I was at the time. I don't know what you'd call me, actually, if I've kissed a woman. Just a straight girl that's just kissed a woman in a game of Spin the Ball. We'll leave it at that. You know, you're going to be a woman. But yes, I know you fall in love with the person for them, but when they turn into a woman, that is like, no, 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 no. That was such a head screw. I was like, no, I'm sorry, but it's over. You know, we'll stay friends. We'll stay friends. We'll keep in touch. I'll give you makeup tips. I'll do your hair. So anyway, we decided to call it a day. And I arranged to go and pick up my stuff from his flat, because there was a few bits and pieces from his flat. Sorry about that. I had a little visitor who wouldn't leave, so I ended up still videoing and was putting... Now, this is the second time I've used this palette, and I've got to say I'm not impressed with this. Pigment's alright, it's the fact that it doesn't want to blend out. It doesn't want to blend out at all. So anyway, yeah, I went to pick up his stuff, my stuff from his flat. And he came to the door, and he was dressed in a wig that was dark, and at the time I had like similar to a Rachel cut from Friends, and the wig that he had on was dark and was a Rachel cut. He had his makeup done the same way that I do mine, and he actually said to me, I've used your lipstick, I hope you don't mind, that was left here, because I really like it as my favourite colour. So he was done his makeup like me, his hair was like me, his clothes he were wearing were identical to what I wear. And to say that I could have been blown over by a grasshopper was an understatement, because I'd gone from having a boyfriend who was like normal to finding out that he was halfway through his transition to becoming a woman, and the fact that he'd modelled himself on me. And he actually said to me, I modelled myself on you because I obviously fancy you. And I'm like, this is too weird. I'm sorry, I can't do this. I just can't do this. So yeah, that was a couple of the things from my younger years that I thought I'd share with you. Yeah, you have to tell me about my stories and tell me if you like them, if you actually think that it's a good video to do. Yeah, I've got quite a few anecdotes actually from when I was younger. I was a bit of a character, to say the least. To be honest, I think we all are, aren't we? We all learn so much when we're younger, but that knocked me for six. Like, I just remember saying to my dad, because my dad had driven me there. I remember saying to my dad, "What?" And I mean, it did affect me actually, because after that, it wasn't long after that I actually had to go to the doctors and get antidepressants. And I had depression, and I don't know if that was a knock-on effect from that, because it is a bit of a journey. The only way I can deal with it is laugh about it, because if you don't laugh about it, you're gonna cry, aren't you? So yeah. So other things that I can tell you that are like confessions, like things that you do to things that you do to be able to get the makeup that you want. like, number one, foraging money away and saying that something that needed to be done wasn't quite as much as it was. So, oh yeah, that cost 60 quid to get that repaired, but in fact it actually cost 40. Have you ever done that? I know quite a few people that have done that. Yeah, so yeah, that's it really. I'm not going to bore you with anything else today. That is my confessions of a makeup junkie, enthusiast, addict. You tell me. Tell me down below. Tell me down below in the comments what you think it should be. I'm going to, for the time being, I'm going to call this confessions of a makeup, what should I call it? A makeup I'm just going to call it a makeup addict for the time being, and then you guys tell me what the series would be called. But yeah, I want to do like a couple of these, I think, because there are a lot of funny stories from my past that are truly hilarious, actually. So yeah, let me know what you think. So I'll see you guys later. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give us a thumbs up if you did like it. If you've got any ideas on any other videos that you'd like me to do, just let me know, because I am very, very open for ideas. And yeah, I hope to see you soon. So see you later, beauty babes. Have a beautiful day. Bye. Bye. Oh, and remember, just because a man dresses a woman, he still likes his woman. See ya.